What if I told you that every restless night could be stealing away a piece of your memory? That the brain fog, the forgetfulness, even those moments when you walk into a room and can't remember why, may not just be old age. Instead, they could be the result of one thing you might be ignoring: your sleep. For seniors especially, poor sleep doesn't just mean feeling tired during the day. It can mean your brain is aging faster than it should. And today, we're going to uncover why sleep is the hidden key to protecting your memory, your focus, and even your independence as you age. So, if you're over 55 or caring for someone who is, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why sleep is not a luxury, it's a lifeline for your brain. The link between sleep and brain aging. When we think about aging, most people picture gray hair, wrinkles, or slower steps. But what we often forget is that our brain also ages, and sometimes much faster than the rest of the body. For decades, scientists assumed that memory decline, slower thinking, and occasional confusion were simply natural parts of growing old, something inevitable, something we could do nothing about. But modern research has uncovered a different and much more hopeful truth. Yes, aging affects the brain, but one of the biggest hidden culprits behind accelerated brain decline isn't age alone. It's something we can actually control: chronic poor sleep. The hidden nighttime cleanup crew. Here's the fascinating part. When you drift into deep sleep, your brain doesn't just switch off. Instead, it becomes one of the busiest organs in your body. It's during these deep, restorative stages of sleep that your brain engages its built-in cleaning crew, the glymphatic system. Think of this system like a janitorial team that comes in after hours. All day long, as you think, move, make decisions, and store new memories, your brain produces waste, tiny, toxic byproducts of mental activity. One of the most dangerous of these is a sticky protein called beta amyloid. Why is this important? Because beta amyloid is strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. In healthy brains, it gets flushed away every night during deep sleep. But when sleep is cut short or when it's fragmented and restless, that cleanup doesn't happen effectively. The toxins start to pile up. Slowly at first, but year after year, this buildup clogs the brain, disrupting the delicate communication between neurons. The cost of skipped sleep. Now, let's connect this to real life. Imagine skipping a good night's sleep here and there. You feel groggy, maybe a little forgetful the next day. Not too serious, right? But for seniors, especially those already facing changes in sleep patterns due to aging, these nights can stack up. Weeks turn into months, and months into years of poor quality sleep. What happens then? The brain begins to show signs of wear and tear much earlier than it should. The symptoms might start subtly: forgetting where you placed your glasses, struggling to recall a name that should be on the tip of your tongue, or feeling unusually irritable. But underneath these small lapses lies a deeper biological truth. The brain is aging faster than its calendar years. Over time, the consequences grow more severe. Forgetfulness becomes more than an occasional annoyance. It starts interfering with daily life. Confusion creeps in, making even simple tasks overwhelming. Reaction time slow, which can make driving or even crossing the street dangerous. And in many cases, mood changes appear, leading to depression or anxiety. The scary part? Many seniors think this is just part of aging. But in reality, it's often a sign of sleep-deprived brains struggling to function. Why sleep shapes memory. To make this clearer, let's picture the brain as a massive library. Every day, you collect new books, new experiences, new knowledge, new conversations. These books arrive in piles, scattered all over the floor. At night, while you sleep, your brain acts like a meticulous librarian. It sorts through the piles, places the books neatly on the right shelves, and makes sure everything is organized. That way, when you need to remember something tomorrow, a friend's birthday, where you parked the car, or the words to a favorite song, you can easily walk into the library and find it. But what happens when you don't sleep properly? The librarian never shows up. The books remain in messy piles on the floor. The next morning, when you try to remember something, you find yourself lost in the clutter. You might eventually stumble upon what you're looking for, but it takes longer, and sometimes the memory just isn't there. That's exactly what happens in the sleep-deprived brain. The memories are there, but they're unorganized, scattered, and sometimes inaccessible. And the longer this continues, the messier the library becomes until entire sections of memory start to disappear. The silent acceleration of brain aging. So, let's connect the dots. Without quality sleep, the glymphatic system doesn't flush out toxins effectively. Beta amyloid and other harmful proteins accumulate. Neural connections become weaker. The brain's library of memories grows increasingly disorganized. This is why scientists now call sleep the brain's most powerful anti-aging tool. Without it, the brain ages faster than it should, sometimes by decades. And yet, the opposite is also true. Improving sleep can slow down this process, giving seniors sharper minds, better focus, and even protection against diseases like Alzheimer's. Signs that your brain is aging faster than it should. Many seniors believe that forgetfulness, irritability, or low energy are just part of getting older. They shrug and say, "That's normal at my age." But the truth is, not all cognitive changes are inevitable, and ignoring the warning signs can allow your brain to age faster than it should. Your body has a way of signaling when your brain is struggling, like subtle red flags flying quietly in the background. If you know what to look for, you can catch problems early and take action before they escalate. Waking up tired despite enough sleep. Have you ever spent 7, 8, or even 9 hours in bed only to wake up feeling exhausted? That's your first warning sign. Sleep is supposed to be restorative. It's when your brain clears out toxins, consolidates memories, and repairs itself. When sleep is poor, fragmented, or shallow, your brain doesn't complete these essential tasks. You might think, "I slept enough. Why am I so tired?" The answer is simple. Your brain didn't get the quality sleep it needed. Over time, chronic poor sleep doesn't just leave you groggy, it accelerates cognitive decline, making it harder to focus, remember details, and even make decisions. 2. Forgetting names, dates, or why you entered a room. This one is classic. You walk into the kitchen and blank. You forget the name of a new neighbor or the date of an important appointment slips your mind. While occasional forgetfulness is normal, frequent lapses can be a sign that your brain is under stress. It's trying to function, but without proper rest, your memory shelves are cluttered, making it harder to access information. Imagine a filing cabinet overflowing with unorganized papers. Each night, if your brain doesn't get time to properly file away memories, it becomes harder to retrieve them during the day. 3. Mood changes, anxiety, irritability, or low motivation. Your brain isn't just responsible for memory, it regulates your emotions too. When sleep is poor, or your brain is aging faster than it should, mood disturbances often appear first. You might notice feeling unusually irritable over small things, sudden anxiety or nervousness, low motivation to do activities you used to enjoy. These changes aren't just in your head. They are biological signals that your brain's chemical balance is being affected. Lack of sleep, increased stress hormones, and neural slowdown all contribute to mood changes in seniors. 4. Slower reaction times. Have you ever caught yourself hesitating at a stop sign or taking longer to respond to a conversation? Slowed reactions are another subtle sign of accelerated brain aging. As we age, some slowing is expected, but poor sleep and chronic brain fatigue make it worse. Your neurons fire less efficiently, processing speed decreases, and your ability to respond quickly in real-life situations, like driving or crossing the street, can be compromised. This is one reason why doctors often warn seniors about sleep-related cognitive decline. It's not just memory, it's safety, independence, and quality of life. 5. Excessive daytime napping. Many seniors take multiple naps during the day, thinking it will make up for lost sleep at night. While short naps can be beneficial, excessive daytime sleepiness is a warning sign. If you constantly feel the need to nap, even after sleeping at night, your brain may be signaling that it didn't get the restorative deep sleep it needed. Over time, this pattern can reinforce poor nighttime sleep, creating a vicious cycle of fatigue and cognitive decline. 6. Why these signs matter. These warning signs are not just minor annoyances. They are your brain's way of saying, "I need help." Ignoring them can allow problems to build silently over years. It's easy to dismiss these changes as just aging, but research shows that early intervention, especially improving sleep, can slow or even partially reverse brain decline. This means sharper memory, better focus, improved mood, and a reduced risk of serious conditions like dementia. Why seniors struggle with sleep more than others? Now, you might be thinking, "I'm older. My sleep just isn't the same as when I was young. Isn't this normal?" And yes, it's true that sleep naturally changes with age, but there's much more to the story than simply getting older. Sleep is a highly intricate process, controlled by hormones, the brain's internal clock, and overall health. For seniors, all of these factors shift in ways that make deep, restorative sleep much harder to achieve. 1. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, declines. One of the biggest changes as we age is in melatonin production. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone because it signals to your brain that it's time to rest. When you were young, melatonin levels would rise naturally in the evening, helping you drift into deep, restorative sleep. As you age, your brain produces less melatonin, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. It's like trying to drive a car with a fading headlight. You're still moving, but the signals aren't as clear, and the journey becomes bumpier. 2. Circadian rhythm shifts. Your circadian rhythm, or internal body clock, also changes as you get older. Many seniors experience what scientists call advanced sleep phase syndrome. You feel sleepy much earlier in the evening, around 7 or 8 p.m., and naturally wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. Even if you spend 8 hours in bed, your sleep might be fragmented or cut short. This is why many seniors find themselves wide awake while the world is still asleep, or napping in the middle of the day to compensate for poor nighttime rest. 3. Medical conditions and medications. Another big factor that often gets overlooked is health. Seniors are more likely to face chronic conditions that interfere with sleep. Arthritis or joint pain makes lying in one position uncomfortable. Heart problems or breathing difficulties can cause nighttime awakenings. Sleep apnea, a condition where breathing stops temporarily during sleep, becomes more common with age. On top of that, medications for high blood pressure, diabetes, or depression can disrupt natural sleep patterns. Many seniors don't realize that the very treatments meant to help their health can also interfere with the quality of their rest. 4. Lifestyle factors. Lifestyle also plays a significant role. Retired seniors may no longer have the same daily structure they had when working. Less physical activity, irregular meal times, or too much napping during the day can confuse the brain's sleep-wake cycle. Even small things like late-night TV, bright lights, or heavy meals before bed can further delay deep sleep. Each factor alone might not seem significant, but combined, they create a perfect storm for restless nights. 5. Stress and anxiety. Many seniors worry about health, finances, or family matters. Stress elevates cortisol, the stress hormone, which can make falling asleep or staying asleep much harder. Even mild anxiety at night can prevent the brain from entering the deep sleep stages that are crucial for memory consolidation and toxin removal. Sleep doesn't happen in isolation. It's influenced by everything in life: the body, the mind, and the environment. 6. Common misconception: this is normal. Here's the most important part. Just because difficulty sleeping is common among seniors doesn't mean it's normal or unfixable. Aging doesn't mean you must toss and turn every night. Aging doesn't mean you can't experience deep, restorative sleep. Aging doesn't mean your brain must decline faster simply because you're tired. Sleep struggles are a signal, not a sentence. They're your body and brain saying, "I need help, I need restoration, I need change." The vicious cycle of poor sleep and memory loss. Poor sleep and brain decline feed into each other. Here's how. Poor sleep causes memory problems. Memory problems increase stress and anxiety. Anxiety makes sleep even worse. It becomes a downward spiral that accelerates brain aging. This is why so many seniors feel like their memory problems appeared suddenly, when, in reality, the issue built up quietly for years through bad sleep. The science of repair: how sleep heals the brain. Here's the encouraging truth. Sleep is far more than just a nightly pause from life's activities. For seniors especially, it is one of the most powerful tools for healing and maintaining brain health. Sleep doesn't just rest the body, it repairs, organizes, and strengthens the brain, even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. If you think it's too late to make a difference, think again. Your brain is incredibly resilient. With improved sleep, the neurons, memory pathways, and chemical balances that seem to be slipping away can bounce back, often more quickly than you'd imagine. Deep sleep, the nighttime repair shop. Deep sleep, also known as slow-wave sleep, is the stage of sleep when your brain and body enter full repair mode. Here's what happens during these crucial hours. Memory consolidation. Every new experience, conversation, or piece of knowledge you absorb during the day is temporarily stored in the hippocampus, a part of your brain responsible for short-term memory. During deep sleep, your brain organizes this information and transfers it to long-term storage. This is why a good night's sleep helps you remember names, appointments, and even small details you might otherwise forget. Tissue repair and hormonal balance. Deep sleep isn't just about the brain. Your body releases growth hormones that help repair tissues, strengthen muscles, and even maintain bone density. At the same time, hormones that regulate appetite, blood sugar, and stress begin to rebalance. Without this restorative process, seniors often feel tired, weak, or irritable, and their overall health can slowly deteriorate. Toxin clearance, the glymphatic system at work. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of deep sleep is the activation of the glymphatic system, a kind of brain cleaning crew. Think of it like a janitorial service that comes in at night to wash the floors, empty the trash, and organize the clutter. Toxic proteins, including beta amyloid, linked to Alzheimer's, are cleared from the brain. When sleep is poor or disrupted, this cleanup is incomplete, allowing toxins to build up and accelerate cognitive decline. In short, deep sleep is when your brain does the heavy lifting, repairing cells, consolidating memories, and clearing away harmful debris that accumulates throughout the day. 2. REM sleep, the emotional and creative reset. After deep sleep comes REM sleep, the stage of sleep most associated with vivid dreams. But REM is much more than dreaming. It's essential for emotional and cognitive health. Emotional processing. During REM, your brain works through emotional experiences, helping prevent anxiety and depression. Seniors often face life transitions, retirement, loss of loved ones, health challenges, and REM sleep helps process these experiences, reducing emotional stress. Boosting creativity and problem solving. REM sleep allows the brain to form new connections between ideas, enabling creative thinking and innovative problem solving. Have you ever noticed that after a good night's sleep, solutions to difficult problems suddenly become clear? That's your REM sleep at work. Without REM sleep, your brain struggles to regulate emotions, and cognitive flexibility diminishes. Seniors may notice increased irritability, slower decision-making, or difficulty adjusting to change. 3. The consequences of skipping deep or REM sleep. When sleep is disrupted, whether due to insomnia, frequent waking, or shallow sleep stages, the consequences go beyond mere fatigue. Research shows that chronic sleep deprivation in seniors reduces brain volume over time, particularly in areas critical for memory and decision-making, weakens synaptic connections, slowing communication between neurons, impairs emotional regulation, leading to anxiety, irritability, or depressive symptoms, increases risk for neurodegenerative diseases, including Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. In other words, poor sleep doesn't just make the brain feel tired, it physically accelerates aging. But the reverse is also true. By restoring healthy sleep, seniors can protect, repair, and even rejuvenate their brains. How seniors can fix their sleep to protect their brain. So what can you do? Here are practical steps. Stick to a routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Create a sleep-friendly environment. Cool, dark, and quiet rooms are best. Blackout curtains or an eye mask can work wonders. Limit stimulants. Avoid coffee, tea, or even chocolate late in the afternoon. They can linger in your system for hours. Be careful with alcohol. It may make you drowsy, but it disrupts deep sleep cycles. Exercise in the day. Light walking or stretching boosts deep sleep quality. Evening rituals. Gentle music, reading, or herbal teas like chamomile signal the brain that it's time to wind down. Limit screen use. Phones and TVs emit blue light, which blocks melatonin production. Medical checkups. Conditions like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or certain medications can disturb sleep. Always get them checked. The deeper benefits beyond memory. When seniors fix their sleep, the benefits ripple across every part of life. Stronger immune system, less risk of infections. Better weight management, since poor sleep raises hunger hormones. Healthier heart, lower blood pressure, and reduced stroke risk. More energy and independence, helping you enjoy hobbies, family, and life fully. So you're not just sleeping for your brain, you're sleeping for your entire future. So let me ask you again, is your brain aging too fast? If you've noticed your memory slipping, your focus fading, or your mood changing, don't just write it off as getting older. Look at your sleep. Every night you improve your sleep, you're not just resting. You're literally turning back the clock on your brain. So tonight, choose wisely. Turn off the TV earlier. Dim the lights. Breathe deeply. Let your brain do the job it was designed to do, heal itself. Because the truth is, a sharper mind, a stronger memory, and a longer, healthier life may all begin with one simple habit: better sleep.